So this would have to be one of the most surprising things that I've seen in recent times. Like when I woke up today, this is not something that I expected on my bingo card. And that is the fact that a company named Colossal Biosciences, they have actually done what I thought was impossible. And they have brought back the direwolf from extinction. That's right, they put this tweet out today saying, "Meet Romulus and Remus, the first animals ever resurrected from extinction. The direwolf, lost to history over 10,000 years ago, has returned, reborn on the 1st of October last year. These remarkable pups were brought back to life using ancient DNA extracted from fossilized remains." And they also linked their YouTube channel as well, which they already have like several videos up that they've posted within the last like 24 hours since this news first got broken. And this has brought, like, this is actually incredible. Before we go more into the story of whether, because I definitely want to talk about like whether I think this is absolutely necessary and go into that, is that if we just really think about this from a scientific point of view, it is incredible. Like, it is absolutely incredible for the fact of how far science has come in the year 2025, where we can bring back an animal using just its fossils that has been extinct for over 10,000 years. That is insane. Like, my brain can't wrap it around like how amazing this really is and how far we've come in science even over just the last 10 years. And I also saw as well, which I have to admit is extremely adorable. It is the first direwolf howl ever heard in over 10,000 years from the pups. And that video itself, like I said, got to admit, it's absolutely adorable, and this whole situation is incredible. But with all this, it does bring up a lot of questions. Like, even them themselves, they even made a 9-minute video about why they brought back the direwolf. And in that video, they explain that they're doing this to push, you know, the fact that to show that this can be done, that stuff like this can be done, that they can bring animals back from extinction and from near extinction as well, that science is able to go this far. But to me, it still brings back a lot of ethics. Like, yes, it's great to show that we can do this, but why the direwolf? The direwolf went extinct over 10,000 years ago due to its reliance on mega herbivores, along with like climate change and competition with other species. So basically the direwolf is like, if you don't know what the direwolf is, by the way, is that it's like a wolf, but bigger. That's all it is. It's a bigger size of a wolf. Like, a wolf is really big. It's bigger than your household dog. And then a direwolf is even fucking bigger than that. If you've watched Game of Thrones before, they're in that show. That's one of the reasons why they're so popular as well, and why a lot of people know about direwolves. And they went extinct because they were so big and they needed reliance on like bigger prey, but their prey wasn't like around as much. That's why so many, like, that's why back thousands and thousands of years ago, why there was a lot of animals that used to roam the earth that were absolutely massive. Like, even if you look at some of the sea creatures, like the megalodon, that was like one of the largest sea creatures ever. It's like a massive shark. It's like, what, 3 times the size of a great white? That went extinct because its prey was no longer available. And then, you know, they had smaller cousins in their gene pool that were able to survive because they were a lot smaller. So like, direwolves went extinct because they were way too big, but grey wolves still live to this day because they were able to, you know, hunt smaller animals and still live off that. And that's why it makes me question of like, why the direwolves? Like, when it comes to these guys, is that they can't release these back into the wild. They can't. Like, there's no possible way. You cannot do that. Like, you can't release them back into the wild. They can't live in the 21st century. There's no space for them. They will not survive out in the wild. So all they're going to basically do is keep them behind bars their entire life. And then also they've made like the 2 brothers. So the 2 brothers have been brought back from extinction. But then I also saw at the end of their initial video about these direwolves is that they've also now brought in a female direwolf. And like, I don't know if the intentions are for them to breed these And if they do breed them, then like, where are they going from there? To me, this is just all like a money thing. That's all I see it as, is that then they're just going to sell them off and then they're just going to be used as trophies, which to me is a horrible thing to do. Like, yes, it's great that we can do this. And there is so many like animals to this day in the 21st century that are on the brink of extinction that this science would be great to use for 100%. Or even animals that have recently gone extinct. I think it was the great rhino or something like that. Can't remember exactly. Like, but there is a type of rhino that I think is either on the brink of extinction or is extinct. And like, we can use this science to help get them back on track, to help them from stop going extinct or bring them back from extinction, because they still can live in this world. It's just been to like, you know, human negligence that has made them go extinct. But with the direwolves, they don't have any space in this world. They have no space in the 21st century. So they're just going to be used as a trophy. And the funny thing is that like, we've had a movie about this. We've seen this before. Jurassic Park has existed for like 30 fucking years. 30. I saw this tweet out because Times Magazine has actually made, like, they've made a cover about the direwolves. Like, they've made an edition about the direwolves, and they also tweeted out about it. And then Jurassic World's Twitter page, they retweeted it saying, "We see no possible way this could go wrong." And there's that famous Jeff Goldblum quote from the movie where he says, "Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could that they didn't stop to think if they should." This is like 100% truth. And I know that they've given their reasons for this. And like I said, I think it's great that we can do this. But I don't think the direwolf, to me, at least me personally, I don't see any positives to bringing back this species. They're just going to be used as trophies, and it's all just going to be a money thing. If you really want to do this for like an actual thing to like, you know, oh, I want to do this to help preserve this life, or, you know, preserve this species in the world that's going extinct, then do it for one that's like on the brink of extinction now. I don't think the direwolf is necessary, because I did see them in their comments. Someone did talk about dinosaurs, and they said that dinosaurs aren't possible. They're not possible right now. They're not possible yet, but you could bet your ass, like, we probably didn't think this was possible 20 years ago, and look at it now. Now it is. You don't think that in another 20 years' time, it ain't going to be possible? And then, you know, they're going to try and say the exact same thing. We brought these back because we wanted for this reasons, and to show that science can do it. It's great that science can do it. Doesn't mean it should be done. But I will say, despite all of that, they are fucking adorable, all right? I will admit, they are cute, okay? They are cute. They are adorable, but I also feel bad for them because they're just going to be locked behind fences their entire lives when they're meant to be these wild animals that have no place in the 21st century. But I would like to hear what you guys think about all this down below. That is going to be it from me. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Peace out.